take this blip off screen. Boop.
The Elizabeth.
So, Ciclon, what's your entrance music?
Let me get back to you on that.
Because I personally have one picked out for Mahogany.
Let me get back to you on that.
I could write you a good song.
So what's next with you guys?
Look
All
at
right.
the pearl. I guess that was our.
Sounds like
that was-
we're pearl diving.
Yeah. Pearl diving in the market board.
And this is where that value
we could
spell
go
would
pearl
come in really
diving.
handy.
And Nodal just like an hour ago was just like, that's pointless, that's stupid, why would I ever take that?
Wait, what?
Remember when you were poo-pooing the value spell?
Listen, I don't need to know how much stuff is worth at Bytopia.
So what do you guys? What are the? What's the plan to secure a pearl, as requested by
We should-
Dolphinder?
We should go into wizard supply stores.
I like that wizard supply stores.
Wizard
That's
supply
got to be a
stores?
thing, right?
Yeah,
Sticks.
they
Right?
they sell robes and pointy hats and sticks, right?
And
They gotta,
pearls, yeah.
Yeah, it gotta be.
And where
Well,
are
I mean,
you
the
looking
other
for this
option is
store?
we could. The other option is we could just go to one of our factions. I mean, they've got to have people casting spells.
Nod.
I'm gonna look around the group and I'm gonna just be like, Kelian, you seem like you would know the value of things.
Hmm.
Do you think the takers could find us a pearl that would work for this? I mean, we'd have to pay for it, certainly, but they wouldn't take you for a ride, right?
No. Do I expect there to be like a place to buy pearls in like the Hall of Records?
In the
'Cause
Hall
that
of
sounds a little-
Records, no, but amongst
As
your
a-
faction, absolutely. There would absolutely be gem sellers, jewelers,
Okay.
who are members of your faction throughout the city.
And I'm sure I can get that information easily, right?
I'd be willing to say you probably already have those contacts, just because you
Okay.
work at the Hall of Records, have probably dealt with a lot of these places. Because the
Does
thing
one of
about
them work
being,
in the marketplace?
the thing about being a business owner in Sigil, if you're a member of the Faded, is they tend to give you a break on the taxes. You know, favors, back scratching, that sort of thing.
Does one of them work in the Great Bazaar? You could point us on the way.
Sure.
I'll just let Kelian pick out where he wants this jeweler to operate.
Yeah, in the market ward on Copperman Way. Yeah.
Okay, so
That's a
outside of the
perfect
Great
place.
Bazaar, then.
Yeah, just a little bit, I guess.
Okay. Does FantasyNameGenerators.com have a jewelry store?
I'm gonna be real disappointed if it doesn't.
Let's find out here.
The Gilded Lily.
Okay, well, I guess the newest generator is RWBY names, whatever that is.
Oh, it's some CG anime thing.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Here's a magic shop name raider.
Oh, that's good.
There's a shop and business name generator. The Courageous Asteroid.
No, no, I don't think so.
The Curly Carrot Kitchens.
Nope.
How about the Blushing Monkey Dry Cleaner?
Yep. That's where we're gonna buy our gems.
How about Great Expectations with great spelled like a great?
Oh, the crazy cockatoo.
What is that, like a plumbing store? Like,
I'm looking at these magic shop names and they're pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I'm loading up now. The Lazy Tiara? Why would you shop at the Lazy Tiara? We'll go with the ethereal tiara.
Okay.
That sounds nice and plain.
I
Ethereal
just got the
tiara.
screaming skeleton. You shop at the screaming skeleton.
I don't know. I really like this one, the counter spell.
So,
It's a good name for a bar. The counter.
The spell counter.
the proprietor of the shop is an old merchant. One of the greediest bastards that you've come in contact with, Kelian. He's a member of the Fated, but he doesn't work at the Hall of Records. He owns this jeweler's shop. And primarily he deals with trade using Sigil as the trade route. He doesn't often keep a lot of stones in his store, specifically because if anybody breaks in and steals his livelihood, what's he going to do? He's a member of the Fated. Obviously, whoever took his stuff is
Right.
better off with it than he was. So his stock is only... He doesn't keep a lot there, but he's known for filling orders promptly and honestly. There was one case several years back where some fake goods went through his store, and he brought the whole weight of his faction down on the perpetrators, who are now so deep in the prison, it's unlikely they'll ever see air again. So that's the man's
Forever.
reputation.
Because you don't really see air.
Well, once you're in the prison, you do. I mean, it's not. This isn't good air. They're not getting the primo stuff.
Yeah.
Just being an asshole. Yeah. Tell them what we need. We need a pearl. Do we know how expensive the pearl needs to be?
Such that you'd be able to use it in a wizard ritual to find the properties of a magic item.
Doffer just says it needs to be an expensive one.
Yeah.
An expensive one? We need a pretty expensive pearl then.
Need to be from a particular place or particular species.
No.
No, it's just got to work for me.
How much are you looking to spend?
I give a shifty glare to my compatriots. I said, I can spot 10 gold.
10 gold will get you a measly, cloudy one.
It says I'll put in her pouch.
It has
Here
to
you go.
not be cloudy. I know she said that, right?
She did.
Yeah.
She
Right.
said it needs to be flawless.
Right puts in my platinum.
Oh.
And the merchant, his eyes continue to drip down to the platinum that Riot pulled out of her bag.
Ciclon contributes another 3.
Yeah, I think I've got... What do I got on me?
Yeah, Serenity will put in another 3 platinum as well.
So we're up to what, 110?
Yeah, I've got a platinum on me. I can put in that and 10 gold.
So that gets us up to what? 100 and...
100.
30.
130. And you pile all the coin up. Go ahead and subtract the coin from your sheets.
Yep, I did.
Yep.
Tells you how soon does this delivery need to be. I can have
Today.
So I can have a showcase put up for you in a couple of hours. Let you make a selection. Sound good?
All right.
Sounds good.
Kelian, I hear you're doing good work down there these days.
Yes. I try.
He reaches down and touches 3 of the platinum pieces, slides them back towards you across the table. He says, "Can I count on your support if I need it?"
Support.
It's always good to have a man like you owe me a favor.
If the time comes when we need to do business, we will actually do business. I sort of push his hand and the platinum back. As of right now, I am... And Kelian turns and looks at his party members and he says, conscripted to these individuals for the time being.
He says, strictly business, I can respect that. Just come back here in 2 hours. I'll have something to show you.
Okay.
Ciclon takes some time and starts frantically scribbling in his journal, like...
Yeah, and I just want you to know you're my favorite conscript.
Who's your least favorite?
I don't have any other conscripts at the moment, but you know.
Mrs. Fluffy Bottom doesn't count?
How was she doing?
Fluffy Bottom is an independent contractor.
She's following you everywhere right now.
Cool.
Limping along after you all across the streets, avoiding puddles, making sure she doesn't get trampled on by carts or dogs. What do you guys spend the next 2 hours doing? Keeping in mind that's really not enough time to do anything across the city.
Mhm.
If anything. If you just want to sit here and wait, that's fine.
Yeah, like I said, I'm scribbling in my journals.
Let's go browse in the bazaar.
Can I
Red's gonna go. Yeah, she's gonna go to the bazaar, find out what the deal is with this Sabacta leader.
Okay. Is anybody going with Riot?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what?
but I might get distracted by shiny stuff in the bazaar along the way.
You know, I don't want to stay by myself, considering that there's a dude who's going to kill us one by one. So never mind about sitting down and stopping somewhere.
Okay.
Ciclon will ride as best he can on the way as he's walking with the others.
That
Yeah.
was boring anyway, Ciclon. Come with us.
Okay, bear with me just 1 second, please.
Let me teach you about the most important thing that you can learn about writing. Brevity.
You know how they said, somebody said to us once, the devil's in the details. I'm trying to not forget those details.
I don't know why you're concerning with devils.
A figure of speech.
Never seen a nice figure on a speech.
Riot.
Mhm.
I guess the first question is, how are you going about this investigation? Are you trying to use your faction feature to do this?
No, because I know that it won't work. Because I know that in-depths
Okay.
will see through me if I pretend to be an in-depth.
So you're just kind of asking around.
Yeah. Say, hey, I heard a rumor that there was some factal of the in-depths. Is that true? Stuff like that.
When you phrase it like that, are the rumors true about the Indepths having a factal, you are blown off completely. Sometimes insultingly. Sometimes many of the Indepths kind of come across as you're making mock of them. The Indepths, many of them are, they're fiercely independent. If they weren't, they wouldn't be Indepths. But the idea of them having a factal and kowtowing to the politics like the rest of Sigil does, most of them just assume you're making fun of them. And so, phrasing it like that, you're brushed off.
Okay.
You get nowhere.
All right. Which is reassuring, because I don't want in-depths to be a faction or have a faction.
So what other avenues of investigation do you attempt?
None. It sounds like the rumors are false,
Okay.
based on what only.
What about the rest of you?
The only other thing I can think of is that if what the fuck is his name? Akazriel, if he happens to be in the neighborhood, flag him down.
No, you do not find him in the
Introduce to
bazaar.
the others. Yeah, that's what I thought.
After 2 hours, returning back to the shop, I generated this man's name, but I guess I haven't said it yet. Bulak. It's a great name. Bulak has an arrangement of pearls to show you. He has 9 of them that range in price at the low end from 80 to the high end at 130, which was presented to him as your ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And at various steps in between. The pearls are in a variety of colors because you indicated it doesn't matter where they came from. He knows a little bit about the worlds or planes each one came from. None of them are magical or particularly significant in nature. They're all natural pearls. The quality on all of them, to your eyes, walking in, is exquisite. And the man's reputation is infallible.
Are there any really looking ones?
Any really what?
White looking ones.
There's a variety of colors. I mean, many are white, many are pinkish, many have gray or blue hues to them.
In Riot's mind, pearls are white.
Okay.
And if you got a pearl that's not white, it's not a pearl. It doesn't count.
That narrows you down to 3. There are 3 of them that are shades of white. One of them's a little iffy. One of them that's a cream color. I don't know if that's white. But that gets you down to a 95 and a 120.
Pearls are cream. I know I've seen a cream pearl.
Well, which do you think? Which suits our fancy? I'd say to the
I
party.
don't know.
And we're told not to. We were told it needed to be good, so let's buy the more expensive one.
Let's not skimp
Yeah,
on
listen,
that. Let's not
Right.
skimp
This
on
is
this.
kind of important.
So when Riot says these aren't pearls because they're not white, everybody just that sounds good. That's correct. That sounds right to me.
It doesn't sound right, but I don't know if about pearls to dispute her.
Yeah, no, she makes it sound like she knows what she's saying.
Okay.
We will get. So I guess we will get the most expensive white one.
Okay.
If
That's
only we had a
120.
clear of the goddess
120.
of the sea in our party who would be able to know these things.
Well, you need to make a religion check, and then
That's
yeah,
not
right.
true. He knows what pearls look like.
So he wraps the rest of them back up. He takes the one that you've selected, sets it into a small plain box, hands it to Kelian, along with 10 gold pieces.
Kelian instinctively pockets the 10 gold pieces, sees the rest of the party, pulls his hand back out,
Mahogany shrugs.
Holds it.
Let's go.
holds his hand out.
So
Hold on, my
Mahogany's
hand.
not interested in the gold.
Finder's fee.
Looks like it's yours.
Hold out my hand.
Riot says you can keep mine in exchange for a favor to be turned later, and winks.
Start
It
hitting
just
a
takes 2
Kelian,
gold
right? We've got
pieces
stuff to
from him.
do.
So how much gold does Kelian keep, and how much does he give to who in the party?
Yeah.
Serenity will take 2.
Okay.
All right.
Ciclon holds out his hand as well.
And takes how much?
2.
Okay. Going back to the prison. And that, by this point in the morning, Dolphinder is up and about, tending to her duties. She says that this is not something that she wants to conduct in the prison. And she's talking kind of under her voice. She says that I'm sure this has something to do with Aunt Nancy, so I'm sure it's important, but we can't do it here. Find a room in one of the inns or taverns, rent it out for the afternoon. I'll meet you there after lunch, and we'll take care of this. Good?
Okay.
Actually, this
All
might
right.
not have very much to do with that, Nancy.
Wait, what?
Why did you say that?
It easily could.
It could. I mean, we don't really know.
Do any of you
It
ever know
depends.
what's going on?
Not
Ever?
really.
Not really.
I know exactly what's going on, and Mahogany winks at her.
Anyway, let's go
Only
find a
two-
tavern, shall we?
Let's go find something here on Governor's Mile.
Okay. Pretty upscale joints in this area of the town.
Sorry.
Whoa!
All right.
Someone playing Sonic the Hedgehog?
Like,
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
Yeah.
butt rock.
the session is finished.
It, I mean, like, the bard part of the session was like an hour ago. We finished it.
Yeah.
It's going to be 6 silver pieces to rent a room up here for a couple of hours. After a brisk negotiation with the proprietor who tries to convince you this is not the type of establishment where you'd only want to rent a room for a couple of hours, if you know what he means. But your coin is nonetheless good. Dolphinder takes the pearl when she arrives, sits down, and she casts a spell of some nature. She performs some kind of magic ritual which causes the pearl to evaporate into dust, which causes Kelian to squeak.
I was going to say, he sort of tilts his head a little bit, like,
And after that happens, she clasps the bag very tightly, and she sits cross-legged on the floor, and bows her head over it with her eyes closed, and just sits there like that for about 20 minutes in silence. And the only noticeable change is that towards the end of it, her breathing becomes more rapid.
Is she dead? Did we lose the game?
Sorry about that. I my phone rang. I lit it on fire.
Yeah, we heard it.
I lit it on fire. Don't worry. It's smoldering in the corner.
Awesome. At the end of that time, she picks her head back up, and she hands the bag to Mahogany. And says, "What have you placed in this bag?"
And Mahogany lists about 100 things.
What's the first thing?
A slipper. Serenity
the first
says
thing-
that before
the
you
first-
even... Before Mahogany can even start, Serenity will hopefully chime in a slipper.
And Serenity says a slipper and reaches into the bag and pulls out Dolphinder's slipper, which she immediately snatches out of Serenity's hand. She says it's some sort of infinite space. It opens into a place that's not connected to Sigil or any other plane. She says it requires access to the astral plane to open. Looking at Mahogany, says, "Don't take this anywhere in the inner planes and expect it to work or even survive. As far as I can tell, it will store as much as you place into it, and in order to retrieve what you place into it, you only need to speak its name."
Oh,
Mahogany, he puts
That's
his hand
simple.
in there and says, 5 platinum pieces.
Now, had you ever placed platinum pieces in the bag before?
No.
No. So you come up empty-handed.
Damn.
And then
the
Dolphinder
previous owner
clarifies,
left platinum.
it only works with things you've actually put in the bag.
Is it
Well, I
only
thought
things
someone else
that
might have
he's
put
put in
5
the
platinum
bag,
pieces
or
in
what
the
if
bag.
someone else had put things in the bag earlier?
She says, apparently nobody's put platinum pieces into this bag before. Otherwise,
Riot
they would
quickly
be in
reaches
there.
into the bag.
A
And
bunch
says,
of shitty halfling armor.
my box.
And no halfling armor comes out of the bag. Riot says, "My box," and reaches in and pulls out the box you got from Trescalia. Still tied up.
She breathes a deep sigh of relief.
Well, that's wonderful.
So Dolphinder, she looks like she regrets asking the question even as she does it, but she does ask, "So what does this have to do with Aunt Nancy?"
Says, oh, well, we'd lose the game if we didn't have this box because we'd all be dead.
Yeah.
Okay. What's in the
Maybe
box?
We're trying to find that out.
A
you
pair
have
of
another
scissors
pearl?
that can open the box, and I'll reach into the bag.
And you pull up nothing.
Well, they don't exist.
It's not that they don't exist. Someone has to put it in the bag originally.
And Riot gently and reassuring me on the shoulder. Okay.
You can't just say something and stick your hand in and hope for the best. That's ridiculous.
Something!
Damn it, he beat me to it.
So you just reach in the box and say something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you pull out one of the pieces of scrap wood that you placed in from your shop.
This is a magical bag.
And
So if we keep saying something, we can probably get everything that's in here out of it.
No,
It's
that's
the
true.
greatest bag of all time.
Ever to try casting detect magic on the parcel?
Yeah, and I'll do it.
and it's very clearly magical.
I'll say it's magic.
From-
Oh yeah, I'll roll a die. It's from the plains.
Yeah, you don't know where it's from. So now,
that's a good question. If I cast this again, do I get another roll at the planar check?
no. Saying it's a one-time deal per item.
Okay.
At this point, Dolphinder begins to ask questions about this supposed sojourn into the Beastlands. When are we planning to leave? How long are we going to be gone? That sort of thing.
I'll look to the others.
We'll leave at the proper time, and we'll be back when we need to.
That's not particularly helpful.
Thought it was supremely. Serenity, did I not explain it well?
No, that's pretty much it.
So if there's nothing else with Dolphinder, she takes her leave of you.
Okay.
Goes back to work. So, the $64,000 question. What is done with the box?
I want to know what's
Yeah,
inside it.
Yeah, we've already tried to open it before, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tries to snake up your hands and.
No, that was something different, I think.
Oh.
No, that was
No,
the
that was
spot.
it.
No, that was the spot.
That was this bag? Okay.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
was
the
this one.
Harmonians offered, but I don't know that they let us keep it or find out what's in it, which is kind of most of my interest.
I'm giving this.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I might die if I don't know what's in this box.
So I guess it's the Archon. I mean, because we're not going to give it to Darkwood, right?
A Cosrael, yeah.
We
What-
should
I
not
still-
give this to anybody.
I still haven't met this Archon. I don't trust him.
I don't
I
trust
mean,
him either.
Did he say he could open it? And I'll be looking at Ciclon.
Just that he wanted it.
You didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't agree to see what's in it when he opens it, and
Open the box.
Well, at this point, I just said that I would introduce him to Riot to see if he could convince her to part with it.
Everybody in Sigil wants this box. No one gets this box. It does not leave our sights.
That's fine.
We could run some kind of carnival game where we just let everyone stick their hand in the bag and get something, and some of them will get something good, and it'll be like a literal grab bag.
I like to think that
silence
beat of
actually
silence that beat of silence actually happened. That just canon.
Yeah.
What just happened?
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Everyone just slowly turning their heads to look at Mahogany.
We'll make so
All right.
So
And we obviously can't give it to her. And I'm not giving it to the Harmonium.
And I'm not
So what
giving
do
it
we
to
do?
Darkwood.
No.
So
So I think. I mean, to me, the Archon's
Let him-
the only one we could even talk to about it.
yeah, let
That we
him
might
make his
want to
case.
hide it before we bring it into wherever he is.
All right.
Well, it seems we have the object that is perfectly designed for such a purpose.
Let's all stick together until this is over with. I don't want to get snatched again.
Mahogany,
Yeah.
do you have another box?
I'll put my hand in the bag and I'll say, another box.
And nothing comes out. There's no boxes in the bag.
No, not at the time. I could go make me one.
You don't have any at your shop? I have an idea.
I think I put some wood in this bag. I could just get some wood out, make us a box.
Or
Yeah,
you
do
could.
that.
yeah, I see where you're going with this.
Do that.
Yeah, this is a good idea.
So you're
right.
suggesting to make a decoy box.
Yes.
Okay?
And I'll rummage around until I get some wood that looks kind of similar to that. Meanwhile, you guys are seeing a lot of shit come out of this bag,
Well, let's
and
go,
none
let's
of it
go,
looks valuable.
Let's go. Not get ahead of ourselves. Go one at a time here. What do you say you're pulling out of the bag?
All right, well, for a while there, I just say wood, and I just keep getting the scraps. So I'm just like, well, maybe.
Define a
And then
while.
I'm like,
how
all
long?
right.
How many times? How much?
Where
in the
are
bag,
we?
how much
We're
you
in
pulling
we're in this in the room that we just rented, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, well, in that case, probably about 5 times.
Okay. And you pull out a handful of wood scraps of various mismatched trash wood. I mean, you wouldn't be able to make anything of quality out of this. You've just had been
And
idly throwing things in, considering the bag was just a trash heap.
And then I And then I say, okay, well, for a while there, I was trying to figure out how big stuff I could fit into the bag. So maybe if we had, like, a dimension, how big do you want this box to be?
I want it to be the same size as the box we already have.
It's a decoy box, so.
All right, and I'll eye that box. How big does it look, ish, Brick?
X by Y by Z.
All right, and I'll say
I haven't measured this box. It doesn't actually exist. I don't have it in front of me.
And I'll say, an X by Y piece of wood, and I'll pull one out that kind of matches that.
Okay. And you get one. You retrieve it. A piece of scrap wood you weren't going to do anything with. You think with a proper finish, and if you could find a similar-looking piece of twine, you could make a skilled carpenter could make a pretty convincing decoy.
I feel like you're trying to say something here, Brick.
So, but we're not talking about something you're going to bang out immediately. We're talking about at least a couple hours of work.
Uh-huh.
Well,
And you're not going to do it here in this inn.
And
All
Riot,
right, well, let's...
well, Riot nixes this idea because since the problem with this decoy idea is that if we give the decoy to anybody, harmonium dealer, whoever, the first thing they're going to do is open it, and they're going to find that whatever they're looking for inside is not there.
Oh, I wasn't going to give the decoy to someone. I was just going to put 2 boxes in the bag, ask for a box, and see which one I got.
why?
I'm curious.
That's a good idea.
That is a waste of time, and oh my god, why am I hanging around with you people?
Oh.
No, I got some made boxes, Serenity. We can go back to the shop. I mean, you just want boxes? I got boxes.
Look,
Let's go get some boxes.
you guys sort out the box thing. I'm gonna go find a Githzerai and bring him to Mahogany's shop, okay?
Sounds good.
Right, you coming
Okay.
with?
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Okay.
I will babysit
Try-
the ciphers.
Try and get him to agree to let us see what's in the box if he takes it.
Alright.
It's about that evening by the time you finally find a Githzerai and bring him back to the shop. At which point, Mahogany has made several boxes. But yeah, it takes you several hours to track him down. So that evening, he arrives with the Hound Archon. I'm going to find the picture of the Hound Archon again, because we haven't actually seen him in a long time.
Yeah.
I remember the Hound Archon.
Oh yeah, he's a Hound Archon. So let me get this picture of what a Githzerai looks like. I mean, a Githzerai wearing plate armor, so he doesn't look exactly like this picture. But there's the link in the Twitch chat. But you remember, a Githzerai wearing plate armor, so he's not bare-chested like that. And yes, he's delighted to meet with your companions. And even more delighted that it sounds like you've decided to turn over this box. So what exactly do you tell him is going to happen at this meeting?
Well, first, before we do that, we need to know more about what your intentions are with the box.
Well,
I'm gonna let Riot explain her misgivings.
Yeah.
okay. He comes back
Here's
to the shop.
the-
He walks in with Ciclon, and introductions are made. Githzerai makes his intentions clear. I'll take it back with me to the mountain. I have contacts there. We can open it, analyze its contents. That will lead us to Jandar.
And when you say the mountain, you mean Mount Celestia, right?
Oh, surely, yes.
And Riot kind of shudders a little bit.
Is there a problem?
Not really.
This box should not leave our sight.
I'm just interested in hunting down Jandar myself. I'd like to see what's in the box and see this through to the end.
Ciclon agrees.
You're more than welcome to accompany me to Mount Celestia. It's a long journey, but a pleasant one.
Yeah, here's 2 conditions then. One, giving you the box.
He's listening.
One, we get to be involved in the hunt for Jar. And 2, we need protection. Because somebody is going to come tonight looking for it. And they mean to kill us all if they don't get it.
Who are you speaking of?
The
Diller's
original
man.
owner of the box.
You know where he is, this Diller.
I don't. He kidnapped me last night. Me to wherever he's hiding at. It was somewhere extraplanar, I could tell that much.
How are you meant to contact him?
I don't think I am. I think he's going to just bring me back and demand the box from me.
This man is dangerous. You trust his threats?
And I'll show him the box of fingernails.
And you open the box, and then he looks at them, nods, and then he reaches out and closes it back up in your hand.
So we did have another box.
He takes your hand in his and clasps it on top of it. Says, whoever this poor devil was, we will avenge him. I would see this Diller destroyed.
And I'll say sarcastically, well, be careful, because I heard he's on par with the lady in Hashgar.
On par with the lady in Hashgar?
Yeah.
To which Khazriel replies, I fear no lady, and I certainly fear no factal.
And that's valid. It says, maybe we can get along after all.
I told you you'd like him.
So what's the plan now?
I think the plan is just going to be to
Go with him.
wait for Diller along with this Archon.
Okay.
I thought. Okay.
I don't know.
And then head to the Beastlands.
Yeah, once the Diller thing is resolved, we can head to the Beastlands.
Okay. Gonna have to get the monster manual here.
This whole Celestia thing seems like something that we could deal with in the future.
Actually, there's not going to be a Hound Archon in the 5th edition book. I don't even know why I picked it up. That was stupid, and I'm stupid.
Just look for null, comma, large. They're basically the same thing.
No, they're very much not.
Basically the same.
Archons are very different, indeed.
You could just mix the stats with a Lantern Arc.
So where do you wait for Diller to make contact? Where does that happen?
Anyone got any good ideas?
Well, he knows where you live, right?
Yeah.
I don't live anywhere. Not anymore.
He knows where you squat, right?
He knows about Ronrug's place, but something tells me I shouldn't go back to Ronrug's. Unless you're suggesting it's where we wait for him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll wait for him at Ronrug's place then. He's clearly been there before.
Yeah.
Okay. There's Archons. Alright. Cool.
So this is where things get stupid.
Before you exit Mahogany's shop, Khazriel undergoes a transformation to a more humanoid shape, to a more unassuming figure. So he shrinks in size to just under Kelian's height. But his features are still, I mean, in his human form, are beautiful, impeccable, chiseled out of solid stone, Adonis kind of thing.
He looks like Kelian.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. I didn't know you had a brother.
Kelian nods approvingly.
Still very tall, very muscular. And let me give myself a crash course in Hound Archons here.
They're vulnerable to whistles.
No, that's Knowles.
Because I have the sneaking suspicion that violence is about to occur.
When have anything we done turned to violence?
Listen to how quaint 2nd edition is. Let's just listen to the phrasing of it at this top of the ecology section for the Hound Archon. Hound
Okay.
Archons can eat anything set before them as long as it's organic.
Ooh. Very nice.
That's okay.
Wait.
So yeah, you
All
just
right.
hand him some tree bark and hey, nom 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 nom.
Yeah, he's fine.
No, you have to set it before him.
That's true. You can't just give it to him.
It has to be plated well.
It has to be put on a plate.
It has to be in a dog bish.
So waiting at Ronrug's kip. I mean, the place is door's still off its hinges. Walking up the street, the six of you, towards the kip, you see a man standing outside the door. And he locks eyes with Riot as the group of you approach.
Okay.
Takes the pipe that he was smoking, snuffs it out, stuffs it back in one of his cases, reaches under his cloak, pulls his cloak aside, and you see his hands resting on a sword hilt.
Mhm.
Riot. Hate to tell you, but we found your gnome. You have what we want, or don't you?
And Riot hesitates because, like, she really doesn't want anything happen to poor Ronrug. She hadn't expected them to already happen.
Mm-hmm.
Call out and say, "We want proof that he's unharmed."
He says, I want a woman with 3 vaginas. Hand over the box.
Why?
What good would that do you?
Not much sense.
These fucking assholes. Like I said, why the fuck am I hanging around with these people?
So are you saying that
They-
in front of the guy here?
Well, the Cypher said, fucking, what'd you want with 3 vaginas for?
Yeah.
I just said
I will
why.
just
That
look-
was Kelian.
Riot will just look back at the Hound and say, "This is exactly what I was talking about."
The Cosgrove
Serenity's-
just nods.
Serenity draws her warhammer and charges him.
Oh, okay. That's
Okay.
going to be an initiative roll.
Well then!
Yeah.
Like I said, Ciclon insisted on fucking proof that the guy was unhurt, but then...
But then we
Sereny's
decided
all-
to actually do
good
something
that we have
instead of
Serenity.
talking.
Wow. It's good that we
Let's-
have Serenity for these things.
I get advantage on this.
Eventually.
Because you better believe that I have my psychic focus up for this shit.
Well,
Serenity will do something eventually.
Okay, I'll take either the 15 or the 15.
should probably take the 15.
Yeah.
Man, I'd go with the 15 on that one.
I'm personally going with the 15.
My initiative bonus puts it up to 17, so... Dang, at Cosrael, there's only 20 sides on the die, man.
It's a +5 to the roll. Riot, what are you going?
3.
3.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
And
She
Kelian?
did kind of get flat-footed.
11.
11. Elsie Clone.
17.
Serenity.
Serenity also acts at 3.
Nice.
What?
I mean, you had to have rolled a... Wait, you rolled a 1 and you have no dex bonus?
Oh, wait, sorry, 4.
I was going to say. Yeah, that makes more sense. Oh, this notepad, though. And Mahogany.
20.
Up top, there we go. Hello.
He did it.
It always takes me 6 tries to type anything in this stupid notepad.
Must have been Cypher.
Serenity charges the guy. And, I mean, he was expecting the attack. You don't have him surprised. Akazriel picks up on Serenity's movements, and he dashes forward with superhuman speed, drawing his blade as he does. Closes the distance in a split second, much faster than Serenity could have. Reaches out with his left hand, grabs the guy around the neck, and with his right hand he thrusts his sword twice, very quickly, into the man's stomach. The man's hand opens up and his blade clatters to the ground. The Khazriel picks him up off the ground with his sword still in his stomach, turns around, moves him into Ronrug's house. So let's find out what he knows. Mahogany, your turn.
All right.
Mahogany walks into the house.
Okay. Some dude is not getting a turn. Ciclon.
Follow him into the house, cock my head, and say, it just like, wow, that was even faster than me. Wow, guy is no joke.
Kelian.
Yeah,
Actually-
let's
Actually,
keep this train going.
hold on, time out.
Time out?
Because I still have an action.
Yeah.
Pressure points. Is he currently dying?
Yes. Very much so.
Like he needs to make death save. Like he just made a death save roll last round?
He's not unconscious. He's
Okay.
bleeding badly from the stomach and from his mouth, and his eyes are bloodshot. He's
Like spare the dying. Like spare the dying isn't gonna.
no,
do
he's not at
anything for
0
him.
hit points.
Okay, then never mind. Okay, proceed.
Kelian.
Yeah, no. Let's see where this train goes.
Serenity, with your
Um,
aborted charge.
right. Serenity's gonna stop short at the entrance to the house
Okay.
and make an active perception roll to see if there's anyone else hiding in the shadows around there.
Throw it.
19. Actually, probably a 20 at this point.
There are, in fact. Looking
Oh no,
around,
22. Perception.
you see 5 such jerks hiding in the shadows across the street, in alleyways, next to Ronrug's kip. I mean, there's lots of hiding spaces. You count 5 guys.
Still got
And-
some more out here.
Right now, they look stunned as to what happened.
She's just holding her, her maul at the door in the doorway.
Some other guys.
Riot.
Mhm.
Your turn.
Riot, not knowing about all these other guys, or at least not caring, follows a Khazriel in and casts Detect Thoughts. As he said, let's see what he knows, and so we're going to see what he knows.
Okay, here's how we're doing this.
Mhm.
Up at the top of the map here, dudes are outside. If you're inside, you go on this side. If you're outside, you go over here.
What if you're standing in the doorway?
Put yourself right in the middle.
I'm gonna be in the donut.
Okay? So Kelian and Serenity are standing in the doorway. Ciclon, Mahogany, and Riot are inside.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you guys over here so I know you're in the house.
Okay, gotcha.
Khazriel pulls his sword out of the man's chest and he slumps to the ground. He reaches out with his hand, places it on his shoulder, closes his eyes, and you see the wounds in the chest seal up somewhat to the point where now they're just scratches. And he's breathing very heavily, sweating bullets. And Khazriel just asks him, "Where's Diller?" And the man, breathing heavily, looks up and says, "What?"
Wait,
Mahogany.
did I not get my Detect Thoughts off?
Oh, you're detecting thoughts on the guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
You're just like, no, I want my awesome NPC to do things.
Hey,
Fuck
you're the one
player
who
characters.
brought the awesome NPC into the game.
Be right back.
He needs to make he doesn't get to make a saving throw. You only get surface thoughts first round.
yeah.
So no, you don't get much of anything. You get, "Oh my god, I'm dying. This
Yeah.
is fucking painful. I'm bleeding out. I'm fucking dying."
Right.
Next round, he'll get a wisdom save against your spell save DC.
All right. Well, I heard Serenity yell out that there were people still outside.
Yes.
So I head out.
Okay.
I see Serenity. Any problems? And I'm gonna look around myself to see if I can spot the guys.
I mean, she'll point directly to them when you ask.
He still needs to make the perception check though, because they are hiding. They're stealthed. That's not going to do it. So Serenity points out where the guys are, but you look at those places and you don't see anyone in particular. I mean, you know there must be people hiding there because Serenity's pointed them out, but you can't see them yourself.
Do I still have an action?
No, that was your action. You still have a bonus action if you want to go bear times. Perfect form's not a bear this week.
Here's my thing: is I'm not sure I want to scare them away just yet, and I think that if I turn into a bear, they're done. Like they're just gonna be like, all right, well that was fun. I don't think we're getting paid.
Okay, the guy inside, he reaches down with his hands, starts clasping at his chest, and feels that the wounds are closed, and looks up at a Khazriel. He says, "I'm not talking. You can't do to me worse than Diller would." Ciclon.
Go out to the doorway. Say, go back to your boss.
Now, you can't all four be standing in the doorway. It's not that wide.
Yeah, no, I'm stepping out in front.
Okay.
Go back to your boss. Tell him that you fucked up. Leave us alone.
Okay, taking an action or just shouting that?
That's it. Just shouting that.
Hey, Kelian.
All right, yeah, Kelian will go inside where the interrogation's happening. And as his action, he's going to pull out his vial of poison. And he says to the guy, "This is either a sleeping potion or a fatal potion. I don't know which it is, but I'm really eager to try it out." And leaves it at that.
His eyes are darting back and forth between you and a Khazriel, and it's clear that he sees a Khazriel as the bigger threat here. Ciclon, you have an AC, right?
I do.
You do. What is it?
15.
15?
Yep.
Hits. Hits. Miss. Crits. Okay, that's 10, 18, 19.
I don't like how high you're counting, Brick Road.
25 piercing damage.
Ciclon goes down.
You get lit up with arrows. So Ciclon steps past you guys in the doorway, steps out onto the stairwell leading up to the street, shouts, "Go back to your boss, tell him you fucked up," and then immediately arrows come flying out of the shadows and just light him up. And he drops
Oh
to the
shit!
ground.
I don't think they took his offer.